Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. My name is Lorraine Tierney, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. I'm in a little town in New Hampshire, and I love to make cards, I love to share cards, and I really like to help other people make cards. So today I'm 2 minutes late. I'm so sorry. I thought I was on time, but I don't know what happened. And I am going to make a hexagon fun fold card with you. So let's switch over the camera and I'll get started. These are the meant to be dies. And I'm looking for the stamp set that goes with these. I had it here a minute ago. Here it is. So this stamp set meant to be, and the rest of these dies, there's 19 or 20, maybe 24 is the total number. Hi, Sharon. I'm so happy to be home and to be back here. It also comes with words that say our hive and some bees, wings and antenna, some flowers and a big flower. But today we're just going to use the hive, what's the word I want? Hexagon dies. And we're going to use another stamp set that arrived while I was away on vacation. And this set is called Choose Happy. And there's a card in the catalog that when I saw that card, I was like, oh, I love that card. I want that stamp set. So let me see if I can find that really quickly to show you. I just love it. And let's see. It's on a page with here it is. With a couple other, oh, that's not where the card is. Where's the card? So the stamp set's on page 37. Oh, I don't know where the card is. So bummer. But it has a card that I just love. It must be down here advertising something else. Oh, I should have looked it up. It's a great card. I really want to show you the card. It's a great card. It says choose hope, choose love, choose happy, something like that, maybe. I'm not sure. But it's a great, I'll have to find it. It's a great card. And this is also the stamp set. Hi, Roz. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Nancy. That 29, oh, I don't remember the name of the stamp set, but it has a little bit more snarky sentiments than usual, and it has a bunch of candles. This is the stamp set that has those candles, and it's got some really fun pictures for all different times of the year. So we're going to use that stamp set today and make a hexagon card. Now, these hexagon dies can be a little bit tricky because they cut things out in two pieces. All right, so each time you use a frame, let's see, which one is this? Nope. And I've numbered mine starting at the inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I could tell you better what sizes I was using. So this is number 2. So when you cut out with this die, you get a frame and you get an inside piece. And my table here, I just got back from vacation and you should have seen the mess I left on this table, and it has some glue on it. So let me just, that's gonna drive me crazy and I'm gonna feel like you can see that. So I'm using my Stampin' Mist because that's what I had handy on a little microfiber cloth, and it comes right off my glass mat. There we go. Wow, I had a lot of glue on that. Okay, so each time you use this, you get the frame and the inside. So if you want to layer something on top of that frame or on top of that inside, you don't want to go bigger. You actually want to go smaller. So that was number 2, and I put it down someplace. Oh boy, did you see where I put that down? Because now it's gone. Number 2. So this would be number 1 that would go on there. And then I could have a frame, but we're going to need number 2, guys. So where did I put it? Here are my scissors. The hexagons are amazing, except when they disappear. Okay, guys. Oh, it's right here. I found it. Number 2. So number 1 layers on that. And then if I put a center of number 1 in there and covered up the pool party, it would look like I have a pool party frame, a striped frame, and then something else in the middle. So that's the way you have to layer them up. It does take a little practice. So today we're going to make a fun fold card with these. All right, so I don't think I need this inside piece today. I'm going to use the frame. And I'll tell you what I've cut. So I've cut, this is going to be our card base, and I used the biggest one for that, but not the little frame that comes with it. That's going to be our card base. So let's go ahead and let's score that in half by putting those points right in the cutting channel. Hi, Debbie. Thank you. Hi, Michelle. Thank you. It's good to be home. And we're going to score that. And this will fit in an envelope because it's got to fit in an envelope. Okay. So we're going to have a card base that kind of goes like that. Whoops. Let's get that in the camera. That goes like that. All right. And on that card base, we're going to put a piece of DSP. So I'm going to use the next smallest die, so my number 4, and I'm going to cut a piece of this beehive that's going to fit right there. So I don't need to cut the whole piece. I'm just going to cut a portion of it. So up to, I'm going to go just a little bit over those points, okay? And I'll save this piece down here to do something else. And I'm just making sure that I get it lined up straight on those hive lines of my patterned paper. Okay. And I'm running that through my cut and emboss machine. Okay, so here's the partial frame. We don't need that. And now we're going to put this on here. And so what I'm going to do again, instead of scoring from point to point, I'm going to cut from point to point. And we're going to put this piece right on here on the front. And I'm going to make sure I have an equal border on the left and the right and the bottom. And this top part's going to get covered up quite a bit. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. I am going to bring an envelope in because we want to make sure our card is going to fit in an envelope. So we might need that. So then I wrote myself a little cheat sheet. So this is cut with I used the number 3 die. Let's put this one back before I panic and lose it again. So this one was cut with number 3, and I am saving the frame for something else, but I'm going to use this number 2 frame right on that, just like that. And I want to put a piece of designer series paper in the middle. So I'm going to use the number 2 because this was 3. I'm going to use number 2 and cut out an entire piece of the designer series paper. So let's do that. So it just takes a little bit of playing with to get these how you want them. And I'll show you another fun card at the end that I made with this. I was trying to get it done quickly, which is why I was a little late jumping on. So again, we don't need that, but we're going to use the inside and put it in like that. So let's build this part first. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. And it goes on with a little border all the way around. And then this, I'm going to pop up on dimensionals right inside that. So let's put some dimensionals. No saggy middles, right? So we'll use a few of them. I like this sweet too, Roz. We're partial to bees in my family. We had our little Crosby, and we think of him when we see bees. And his mom and dad have a bee garden now at their house. And yeah, so we like bees. Okay. So then we have that, which we're going to put on the front here. And then this will stand up. So you can kind of put this down as far as you want or as high as you want, where you're not too big for your envelope. Okay. So I almost feel like when you put it up this much, it almost looks like it's like a plant in a planter to me a little bit. So I'm going to have a little bit of space between the fold on my card base and the points on that upper one. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on here, as I know it's going to cover that, and then a little bit of glue on the bottom of that because I know that will be on also. So let's get this nice and straight. And I think I'll go up 2 of those grids on my paper. Good, and I don't have any glue hanging out. So now this card can sit like that. And I cut a piece of basic white to go in the middle. And again, I used that number 4 because the base is the 5th one, so I used the fourth. I cut out a partial one, and now I'm going to do the same thing, cutting it from side to side, and we'll put that inside like that, but we might do some stamping on it first. So let's see about that. Now, I forgot to cut my piece of white for my sentiment, I believe. I had a couple, yeah, I have these ready, but I don't have a piece of white. So we're going to use the long narrow banner from the Stylish Shapes. Let me just cut that. And we're going to do some stamping on that. And that does fit in the envelope. Yep. Phew. Just checking. Just checking. So I'm going to use Petunia Pop. And I'm going to use the happy and the word be for be happy. Because who doesn't like a be happy sentiment, right? So I want to get this on my block straight. So I'm going to put it on my glass mat and then pick it up. And I'll put that over here. Sorry, I have to move that down just a bit so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. There's happy. And then we'll use black to do the B. Oh, I see. I forgot to bring my blends over here as well. I'll have to go get those in a minute. I'm going to use this tiny block for the word be. And we'll do be happy. And I left some room. We're going to put that across here. And I thought we'd add a flower to that and a bee. Okay, so let's color the flower and the bee in. I think we have Petunia Pop and yeah, and maybe some old olive. Okay. So let's do a little yellow on our bee. Oh, maybe I'll get a little pool party for the wings. We'll do light pool party. And I just, these images do not come with dies. I just fussy cut these out, and I decided I do much better fussy cutting when I'm not on camera when I'm cutting. So that's why I cut these out ahead of time. I feel like I have to go quickly, making sure I have the light. I have to go quickly when I'm on camera because I hate for you to just be standing there watching me cut. That's no fun. Does anyone else have this stamp set, this Choose Happy stamp set? I think it's a great deal with all the words. I mean, it has anniversary, Thanksgiving, adventure, gratitude, birthday, healing, summer, Easter, spring, heart, joy, life, love. I mean, it's got so many different combinations that you could do. I think it'll be a good one. And then I did a little darker for the circle. And let's do some light old olive for our leaves. And we can do just a little strip of the dark. If we wanted to get fancy on here, we could do just a little dark coming out from the center. Maybe that would add just a little dimension to that. And then if I feel like that's got too much contrast, I just go over it a little bit again with the light, and it blends it out. There we go. Okay. So let's put our Be Happy on here. And I'm going to go just below the point and have it stick out a little bit. I have plenty of room, and it will still fit in the envelope. Trying to get that straight. And then we can put the flower and our bee. We can have the bee flying down, the bee flying up. Which way do you think that bee should go? Oh, I'm going to put the flower like that. All right. And since I popped up that whole layer, I'm going to keep this going on flat. Maybe I'll pop up the bee, but we'll see. Debbie says it should be flying up. Should I have two bees or should I have one bee? I could have one bee like that, and maybe another bee just cut out. I have to try that. And maybe we'll cut the little tail off of a second bee, and then there'll be 3 elements, and you know how we like things in 3s. So now I'm going to end up fussy cutting anyway. So sorry. So the thing with fussy cutting is to try to move the paper, not the scissors. In all honesty, I probably do a little of both, which might be why my fussy cutting is not as good as some. And I'm also not willing to have it take me 20 minutes. Okay, so here's another little bee. Let's color him in quickly. Him or her. And his little wings. I like that pool party on the wings. I feel like it makes them a little bit more gossamer. Oh, I like that better. So I like having three elements. What do you think? It's hard for you to see that. Let me pick that up a little bit. I like the three things like that. All right. So let's just glue these on. Adhesive sheets might have been good on these, but the glue allows it to have a little bit of texture, a little bit of movement, like it's not 100% flat, which is probably a good thing. You could even curl those wings up a little bit if you wanted to. Oh, I went a little overboard with my glue. All right, so there is my Hexagon fun fold. Now let's see if I have some dots that might look good on that. I have some rainbow adhesive dots that I could do in Pool Party. Let's put a couple of those on. We'll put one over here. Oh, we could put one in the center of the flower. And then maybe a bigger one up there. There we go. So there are our embellishments. And what are we going to put on our inside little piece? I think we should do another flower. And we'll just stamp the flower right directly on. Well, that's going to take up a fair amount of space. Maybe just a partial flower over there. How about that? A partial flower that will color in. And then I'll show you the other card I made with these dies. Let's get that off. Ink just rubs right off. It's great. And we'll just do a little petunia pop. I have been really enjoying the color petunia pop these days. It's a nice, happy color. I'm not sure if you would call it purple or pink. What would you call it? Okay. And we'll glue this on the inside. Like that. You could even put the other half on the top if you wanted a sentiment on the inside there. Thank you, Diane. I think the 3 elements, 3 usually works. When I'm not liking something, it's often because of that. And there is, whoops, the glass mat's a little bit slippery. If I put a piece of paper on, it doesn't slide quite so much. But there is our Hexagon Fun Fold card. So then the other card I made, I ran out of time to put a sentiment on it, so we could do that right now, is I used the hexagon dies to make almost like a honeycomb. So I used all of the number 1, and I just kept fitting them in as I went around. And I even used some scraps to cut those out. So I was thinking about a sentiment on a circle on this one. So I think we need a petunia pop circle or a pool party circle. How about pool party? Where was the rest of that? I can cut out a circle from this, but let's see if what I'm thinking of fits in here. What should we choose? We could choose something today for a sentiment. We could choose more, choose love, choose life, choose hello, choose fall, choose winter, choose gratitude. I don't think gratitude is going to fit. How about choose hope as an encouraging kind of card? Choose hope. What do you think? Do you like choose hope or choose love or choose adventure? Choose gratitude. Does gratitude fit? I love gratitude. Yes, it does. Let's choose gratitude. Okay, I'm going to die cut a circle. Here we go. And we'll use Petunia Pop ink because that's what I have out. Isn't that how you decide some things? Sometimes, whatever is on your desk or your table. All right, I'm going to do gratitude first because that's the longer word. I want to make sure it fits. And I haven't stamped this yet. So I'm going to stamp it a couple of times and even give it a little rub just to kind of prime the stamp. Okay, there's gratitude. And then choose. I find the cursive ones, I have a harder time lining up straight. Choose gratitude. I think I'll put that. I don't want to cover up my B. Put that right there. Should we put a little something behind it? A little B stamped off, maybe in gray. Oh, I'm glad you like that idea for a birthday card. Yeah. We may ruin this sentiment, but you know what? We may like it too. So let's see how dark this is. That's pretty dark. That's pretty light. Where's my pool party scrap? Let's see what it looks like on pool party. This is smoky slate. Now I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put a bee flying. Flying around. And I'm on top of something bumpy, so I slid it off. There we go. Choose gratitude. I don't know if I like that bee. Maybe I need a white circle. Let's try one more thing. You know, you can't make it too easy, right? I can't have success always on the first try. Let's try that again. Let's stamp off. That's not gonna, that wasn't a clean stamping off because I didn't have enough room. I just dropped my scissors in my ink. That might be a first for me. Okay. I'm going to use this. Stamp off. Stamp. Oh, that's very faint. Well, that's what it's getting. And we'll see if we like the white or the blue better. Choose. Gratitude. What do you like better? The white with a very faint B back there, or the pool party. With a little bit darker bee. I think I like the pool party. Anybody else taking a vote? Oh, Debbie likes the white. I feel like the white is just a little too light, that bee back there. Michelle likes the pool party. You had some extra letters in there, Michelle. You're texting like me now, where I make you have to guess what I'm talking about. All right, and we'll just put a couple more. I have just a few more of these, and I've lost my take your pick tool in this mess now. Okay, here we go. We'll put one there, and one over here, and one up here. There we go. And I haven't put anything on. Oh yeah, you could put a little pool party on that white circle, Roz. I think that'd be a great idea. Was a little too stark. And then on the inside, I would put my piece of basic white with maybe a little, let's see what I have here. Maybe a little strip of flowers across the bottom. Let's finish that off. So let's do 4 inches. And we'll do it a 1/2 inch. And then on the, I don't want 4 inches. I wanted 5 1/4. Oh, well, we're going to do it this way then. We're going to put a stripe on the inside, just like that, because I cut it the wrong way. Hey, Pam, thanks for watching. So that's my 2 hexagon cards, one with a fun fold, and then one just using the hexagon dies. They're great little dies to have. And a whole bunch of dies have recently come back in stock if you're waiting on any. So there's one card, and then here is the other. So thank you so much for joining me today. It's great to be back from vacation and here with you again. And we'll have our Zoom class on Tuesday night as usual. And I'll be back with a live maybe on Friday morning. Wednesday and Thursday are busy days. Wednesday, we're going to celebrate my father-in-law's 99th birthday. So all 4 kids and spouses will be going to Connecticut to celebrate his birthday with him. So Wednesday's going to be busy, and then Thursday looks like it's also going to be busy, but I'll find some time. I'll be back. All right. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Diane. Glad you liked it, Roz. And thank you for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.